Here we have a pre-owned 2005 GMC Canyon. Now this one comes in polo green metallic, and then it has pewter cloth interior. And the powertrain consists of a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated 5-cylinder engine. It's made it to a 4-speed automatic transmission. And this one has 236,000 and some change in terms of mileage. But as we come around to the front end here, we have our standard halogen headlamps. And still, I think it's a pretty neat look for when these first came out. Just have a little bit of damage on this chrome plastic grill here, or I say the outside of the grill there, that trim. But for the most part, it's held up pretty nicely. We have the black plastic at the bottom, just a little crack there. But this kind of miles has probably been in a couple fender benders. But down here we have the 15-inch cast aluminum wheels. And not too much rust, it looks like. We have a little bit of hail damage on the hood here. But over here to the front door panel, power door lock controls are here, unlock, lock, and then we have power windows with one touch down, express down for the driver's side. And then we have our rear window lock here, power mirror controls here, pick a left side, right side. And those seem to still be working. And then you can offset in the middle there, but again, you can just use the dial to go 4 directions. Mat pocket here, bottle holder there. And we have a foot pedal brake for the parking brake, so you can just push that down and then release by pulling that up. Headlamp controls are here. We do have automatic headlights, which is nice, and the brightness for the gauge cluster can be adjusted. Bed lamp control there, or bed light, excuse me. And then that is the hood release. And we have a manual tilting steering wheel. But there's the driver's seat. We can move the seat bottom there, seat back here, and then we do have our manual lumbar support, which we can adjust using that knob there. But I have that seat up front pretty much as back as it'll go for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So looking behind here, we'll sit back here. So that's pretty much the maximum room I'd have with the seat back. Now obviously I was showing off the seat back tilt, so mine will probably be like right there, so that would pretty much be my leg room. But not bad, especially if you go ahead and move that front passenger seat up, because you have a little bit more space over there where the steering wheel isn't. But we do have a seat back pocket on the right side, 2 bottle holders here in the middle. Something happened up here. And then grab handle, we probably fit 2 metal hanger hooks or a couple plastic metal hanger hooks as well. I like how that one's made there. So we can get out of here. And the child lock, you just turn that to lock it, and then turn it the other way to unlock it. And then here, we can fold the seat flat if you want to do that for whatever reason, or just get to the back there. I don't think the seat bottom moves, but you can run stuff underneath there. Fuel cap. Now this one does have a drop down bed liner. So there's a space there. And then this one is an SLE trim. Forgot to mention that. And there's a look underneath, there's a spare there. There's the exhaust. And honestly, this one seems to still be in good running, driving condition. We'll take it out for a test drive here in a moment. But there's the front passenger seat. Glove compartment there with owner's manuals. And then we have 2 12 volts there, bottle holders, storage. And as we come back around to the front, there's that 5-liter 3.5 liter 5-cylinder engine. There's a release for the hood there. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So we have a leather wrap steering wheel here. It's actually in pretty good shape for the mileage and the year. There's the horn. Hazards are here. We'll just give a quick run through of the radio. So volume can be adjusted here. You can turn the audio off there. And then the eject for the CD player right there. We can seek, scan, tune, hours and minutes for the radio if you want to set that. You can do that, and then you can go through your presets here, and these are also CD player functions as well. And then you can go through the different types of audio there, and then you can push that and actually adjust the balance, fade, all of that. And you have an auto EQ as well, which is pretty neat, as well as an auto volume. And then you have your band you can go through, so AM and FM, and then you have the CD player button there. AC controls are here. It's still blowing cold, so it's pretty impressed by that. You can control fan direction here. That seems to be in not the best shape. And then fan speed, temperature. And then over here, I like we have two different cubbies for the center console cubby space. There's a top layer, and there's a bottom one down in there. There's a view of the back. Now over here to the left side stock, cruise controls right here, so we can turn that on and off. So that's off, and then we can adjust the speed there, and then you actually turn it on and off there. And then we have our intermittent wipers there, low, high, and then pull that for the front wiper fluid. And then when the headlamps are on, high beams, you can flash here. And then the shifter, with this being a 4-speed, just pull, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you have 3, 2, 1. And then right in the middle here, you can either show the odometer or the trip meter. And then we do have power door locks, but no key fob, but there are the keys there. But now to the fun part, let's go ahead and take this 2005 GMC Canyon out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Canyon here, of course this is an older truck, 230-some thousand miles on it. So it's not in the best shape, feeling vibrations throughout. But I mean, it's getting the job done so far. Brake pedal feels good. I'm feeling a little bit of steering wheel stock vibration. But the powertrain itself seems to be in pretty good functioning condition. The shifts are fine. The engine's putting out. And with these older trucks, they're probably, if you find the right mechanic, not going to be too much money to fix. Let's floor it here. So I didn't have it all the way down, but I about had it all the way down, and pretty good response there. And I have the cruise control on. Of course, the alignment's out a little bit, but surprisingly, just doing 70 miles per hour here, the ride is good. And not a lot of intrusive wind noise. This actually seems quieter to me than the outgoing extended cab Canes and Colorados. Sound acoustics are very impressive. And even though this is a manual seat, not very uncomfortable, honestly. And having the manual lumbar support definitely helps to get that good seating position for longer drives. I wouldn't necessarily take this across country, but you could if you wanted to. But I would prefer a power seat. But again, this is fine, especially if you're just beating around town in one of these, driving it short commutes to work. But if you just need something cheap to haul garbage off in or do light towing when you need to, super light towing with this one not having a hitch, but you're able to do that with something like this. Now again, if you're in the market for something like this, I would definitely see about, let me just say, the 5-cylinder, even with this kind of mileage, I wouldn't be too worried about getting one of these, especially if you can work on a car yourself, or if you do have a mechanic who is pretty reasonable and is not gonna charge out the wazoo for fixing little things. But these days, most of the stuff when it comes to your vehicles, little stuff especially, you can look up a YouTube video and fix it yourself. That's what I do with my vehicles when I can, if I feel like it. A lot of the times I'll just take it to the dealer or something just because I don't feel like fooling with it. But if you're into that kind of stuff, you're good at fixing things, this is one of those where a lot of little things can be fixed and then you'll have a pretty good running and driving truck still. Now again, with this being a 5-cylinder, it's not sluggish, but it's not particularly quick, but it gets the job done. So I mean, you could put your foot in this, maybe put a few aftermarket mods on it, but you could also get a 2.7 liter turbo 4-cylinder truck in a Silverado or a Sierra, which will be much faster. But again, you can get one of these for probably $5 grand or less, depending on where you look, and then you're looking at still paying 50 grand plus for a full-size Silverado, and then you're looking at close to 40 grand for a new body style Canyon. That's pretty much as basic as this one. Of course, you have your Bluetooth audio and backup camera with the newer body styles, but you can get one of those rear camera mirrors that have the backup camera and the dash camera, like 80-90 bucks on eBay. And again, if you want to pay cash for something and just have something that'll run and drive, you might be better off doing something like this. But overall, pretty impressed with this truck, especially since this is a trade. A lot of the times they'll get trades in at Chevrolet, Buick, GMC of Murfreesboro, and they're all worn out and you can't even put those out on the road without extensive repairs. But this one, I wouldn't be uncomfortable driving this an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'd definitely fix it up myself, that's just how I am. But not a bad driving truck, all things considered, in a fresh trade. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2005 GMC Canyon SLE.